So that's a regression. Right?
The whole defense is bad. And
Look, after Nick Bosa signed that contract, man, his level of see, a lot of people. There are two types of people. There are two types. Excuse me. There are two types of edge rushers. Okay, there's your disruptive edge rushers, and there's your finishing. And there's your finishing edge rushers. And we've got glimpses of both versions from Nick Bosa. And after that season where he ended up being Defensive Player of the Year, where he had what? He had how many sacks? 19 and a half?
I think it was like 19 and a half that season, yeah. But he had something crazy like 22 and a half tackles for loss. Like he was a monster at and behind the line of scrimmage in the run game and everything.
So you would say he was more of a finishing guy, correct?
He was an all-purpose edge player, bro.
Okay.
Like run game,
yeah,
pass rush, like
so forgive me for expecting that. Because when I look at the premier pass rushers in the NFL, why is it that the only one that struggles consistency is Nick Bosa?
So can I drop a bomb on that? Can I?
For sure. And people are not going to like it, but I don't really give a fuck at the end of the day. And I don't care if he had 10 and a half sacks the year he signed his contract. That's not the standard. For me,
it's far from it.
Far from what Nick Bosa, I'm not saying I'm looking for 19 and a half every year, but he barely got those 10 and a half sacks. He started the season off mad slow, and for some reason, it just seems like, you could blame the defense, you could blame the coordinating, you could blame all that. That's cool. But even he took blame himself. So where am I wrong here for saying that he fell off?
For sure. I mean, I think he acknowledges that as well. And then the couple of snippets that we've heard from him this offseason, he talks about getting back to the basics, right? Like, so I think he knows that there's something that's missing. Because you said, who am I to expect more from Nick Bosa? Like, sorry, but you set the bar, right?
Yeah.
So
sorry.
I'm the person that I can watch a game like this game that we talked about with no sacks in it and say Nick Bosa's a good pass rusher and he's a good defensive end because they couldn't run the ball his way and he was all over Drew Brees that game, even though he didn't get any sacks. But to your point, he ain't even been doing what he did in this game in the last two seasons. He hasn't even been good against the run. But he hasn't even been applying pressure to the quarterbacks. Like, he is completely washed out of games.
So part of that is definitely that. But I guess what I'm saying, though, Mike, from a person like Nick Bosa, how are you countering the counters? Because if you're that great, then you find a way to be better.